हरे कृष्णा। जय जगन्नाथ। तो आज आम डिस्कस करिया जाउछे द ग्रेट ओडिशा फेमाइन ऑफ 1866 इट इज जहाँ को कहुचे नौंक दुर्भिक्ष नाम रे ओडिशा रे बहुत फेमस। तो ओडिशा रे जो दुर्भिक्ष होइथिला 1866 रे आ ओडिशा वासी याको नौंक दुर्भिक्ष नाम रे जानि छंती। सो दिस इज अ फॉरगॉटन डार्केस्ट चैप्टर ऑफ ओडिशा हिस्ट्री, वेरी important topic. All the Odisha people should know. Actually, it should have been included in the history of India also, but unfortunately this is not included. Okay, so it is our duty to make this famous. Basically, we have to learn many things from this chapter. So currently also we are going through a pandemic. So this is also one of the greatest disaster in the history of modern Odisha. Okay, so we are going to study it, discuss it properly. Okay, so listen carefully regarding this chapter. Okay, let's start now. नौंक दुर्भिक्ष, that is the darkest chapter of Odisha history. The occurrence of natural calamity, तो थोड़ा इसका बेसिक समझ लेते हैं। ठीक है, तो ओडिशा रे एक्चुअली एवरी ईयर ऑलमोस्ट एवरी ईयर हमर कोन किछ ना किछ डिजास्टर हुए। ओके, सो दैट टाइम ड्रॉट वाज वेरी कॉमन। सो नाउअडेज फ्लड्स, मेनली आपका जो साइक्लोन almost every year it comes to Odisha. Okay, sometimes it is severe, sometimes it is normal. So based on the speed of the cyclone, so the category was given. So recently Fani was the greatest severe cyclone which Odisha had faced. Fani उससे पहले आपका फाइलिन आया था 2013 में, right? So the occurrence of natural calamities like drought, flood तो आपका 1999 वाला फ्लड सुपर साइक्लोन आया था, है ना? सुपर साइक्लोन फ्लड 1999, very famous. So similarly epidemic cyclone. So currently we are going through a pandemic, basically COVID-19. Okay, fortunately in the second wave Odisha is not so much affected till now. We should be careful also. Okay, so cyclone recurring phenomenon in the history of Odisha. Their frequent vegetation in 19th century was the most important factor that broke the backbone of people of Odisha. The most famous natural calamity in Odisha was the famine of 1866. जति भी famine हेतला सही time रे in India, you can say in the Odisha in India or in the world, you can say. So the 1860s famine is very like very famous because it is not only natural calamity, so many calamities came together along with the carelessness of the government. Okay, and it led to the population like decrease of the population of 1/3 of the population. So 1/3 of the population of Odisha was dead because of the famine of 1866. Okay, so it is also known as non-anka famine. तो non-anka कहीं कहा जाए एटा में next slide देखिवा. So it has caused severe socio-economic problems for the people of Odisha for several generations to come. Even if you ask to the like your like next to next generation, tomorrow जो जजापा जजामा को जल्दी पच्चा जो, so they have heard the havoc which had created in the non-anka famine and like the other famines which came later on also. So they had listened from their people. Actually, I had heard from my grandfather, grandmother also. See how people are like for one-time food they used to sell their agricultural instruments and all, right? So it had caused severe socio-economic problems. Both socio-economic problem create करथिला for the people of Odisha for several generations to come. That's right, because तार जो थिला history टा, तार जो भयावहटा एटा माने बहुत जनरेशन पर्यंत मेंटेन ହେଇକି ରହିला, right? The famine of 1860 in Odisha was one of the worst famines of the world. The carelessness of the British administrators in charge of Odisha division, coupled with natural calamity. तो carelessness तो था ही, along with natural calamity, famine हो गया, no rain, along with floods and cholera, all these things came like one by one. So it had like destroyed, or you can say broke the backbone of Odisha economy, Odisha people. About 1/3, around 10 lakhs. 1/3 of population, like Odisha population almost 30 lakhs thila. So 1 in 3, 3 जन के भीतर जन कर डेथ होतला. See, such a huge, within 1-2 years this happened. About 1/3 of the total population of Odisha perished by the disaster famine. The calamity was so devastating that its tragic memory was in the mind of people of Odisha for at least some decades. Now, why the name Nonka? Nonka दुर्भिक्ष काहे कहा होचे? This is very important. This can be asked when it in interview also. So I just researched it from, I found this from Wikipedia. So this severe famine is also known as the Nanga famine because it occurred in the ninth Anka year of the Gajapati Divya Singha Deva III, 1859 to 1888. तो गजपति राजा जे एबे जो छथि हमरो पुरी रो जो गजपति राजा जे कि भोई डायनेस्टी रो, ही इज गजपति दिव्य सिंह देव 4. तो सेही टाइम रे जे थिले ही वाज गजपति दिव्य सिंह देव 3. तो जो जे भी पुरी जो टेंपल रो लाइक पुरी टेंपल जे भी जहां कर पैट्रोनेज रहउतला गजपति डायनेस्टी, तो तांको बेसिकली तांकर जो रेन रहउतला बेसिकली से माने जो टाइम रे राजनीति करूथले. Of course British time se mane like they are like a zamindar only, on the namesake they are called as king, titular kings you can say. Okay, so tankara 9th anka thila, so 9th anka and 9th reign is different here. Okay, he was the king between 1859 to 1882. Okay, तो 1866 जदि दुर्भिक्ष आसला एमती तो देखा जाए तो 7th year आउची, but 9th अंक काहे को आउची that we'll see here. So if you search in Wikipedia you will find this अंक year ओडिया रे को अंक कहंती is a unique regnal year. So reign ro as a regnal year system instituted by the Eastern Ganga kings for dating their reigns. So Eastern Ganga dynasty you must remember जे कि mainly हमरो जो अनंत वर्मन चरगंगा थिवो जड़गंगा देव जे कि स्टार्ट करथले तमरो building the temple of Jagannath temple. Okay, so तांको टाइम रे जिनसो स्टार्ट हेतला. It had a number of features that mark the regnal year different from the actual duration of the year elapsed during the reign. So what will happen? So the system still survives today as I said. एबे भी जो गजपति महाराज दिव्य सिंह देव 4 अछंदी भोई डायनेस्टी रो, ही वी फॉलो दिस थिंग मतलब ओडिसा कैलेंडर जो फॉलो हुए ता अनुसार जो ओडिया कैलेंडर हिसाब रे दिस थिंग वाज देयर. तो एबे हमर चलची 2021 सी चलची, इफ विल सी हियर 2021 सीई राइट. तो एटा हला 50 बिकॉज़ 1970 रे तमरो कोन हेतला ये राजा हेतला हमर दिव्य सिंह देव 4. तो एबे 1970 से 50 वर्ष रेन चलची, बट अंक हिसाब रे 63 है ना. एंड उत्कलाब्द इट इज 1428 उत्कलाब्द 1428 उत्कलाब्द चली 2021 टा. तो ये देखिए कौन है सिस्टम एक्चुअली. द अंक सिस्टम ऑलवेज स्टार्ट्स, जो अंक सिस्टम ओडिसा रे अछि ऑलवेज स्टार्ट्स ऑन द ओडिया फिस्कल न्यू ईयर कॉल्ड शून्य व्हिच फॉल्स ऑन द 12th डे ऑफ द ब्राइट फोर्टनाइट ऑफ द मंथ ऑफ भद्र. देखि भद्र मास शुक्ल पक्ष, ब्राइट फोर्टनाइट माने शुक्ल पक्ष, भद्र मास तमर अगस्त सितंबर आसे. तो भाद्र मास शुक्ल पक्ष रो जो द्वादशी नोन एज द भद्र शुक्ल द्वादशी, तो सेहि दिन स्टार्ट होछि तमर कोन दिस ओडिसा रो जो फिस्कल ईयर. फिस्कल माने जो तमर बेसिकली रेवेन्यू जो जेंति हमरो एबे करेंटली इंडियन गवर्नमेंट फॉलो करे फिस्कल ईयर हला अप्रैल मास रो स्टार्ट होछि 1 अप्रैल रो. सो तो ओडिसा गवर्नमेंट जो सेटल थिला ओडिसा राजा माने से माने फॉलो करथिले भाद्र मास शुक्ल पक्ष द्वादशी रो. So if the king accepts the throne for a few days before this, जदि सेही दिन रो किछि दिन पूर्व से कोन होचंदी राजा किंग जदि तांकर थ्रोन को एक्सेप्ट करंती, then the first year of his reign would then just be a few days along. तो तांकर जो प्रथम कार्यकलाप रो किछि दिन पर्यंत रहइबो. तो जदि तांको ना से तले कॉइन मिंट हबो हला तांको ना जे राजा थांती जनरली तांको ना अनुसार कॉइन मिंट हुए, तो सेतेबेले प्रथम ईयर न लेखा कि तांकर द्वितीय ईयर लेखा जो. सो कॉइन्स आर मिंटेड ऑन द डेट ऑफ द न्यू ईयर एंड हेंस द बिकॉज़ फिस्कल ईयर जो स्टार्ट होची सेटा ने भाद्र मास शुक्ल पक्ष द्वादशी स्टार्ट होची. सो जो तांकर जो फर्स्ट कॉइन वर गिवन इन द अंक ईयर 2 काहेकि ना से किछि वर्ष ऑलरेडी किछि दिन ऑलरेडी गत वर्ष रे राजनीति कर सारछन. द नंबर 1 वाज नॉट यूज्ड. तो अंक से में स्टार्ट होची तमर 2 रो. सी रेन ईयर यहां पे 1 2 3 4 जेमति तो नॉर्मल चलची, बट अंक ईयर इट 2 रो स्टार्ट हेची हला. सो दिस इज द थिंग. सो ऑल ईयर्स एंडिंग इन द 6 वर स्किप्ड. लेकिन एथरे कोन होची जति कि 6 एंड होतबो सबडा स्किप करा होची अंक सिस्टम अनुसार. एज इन द अंक ईयर ईयर 5 वाज फॉलोड बाय अंक ईयर 7. तो 5 वर्ष वाला 7 आसे अंक ईयर सिस्टम अनुसार. तो 6 थिवा जते सब स्किप हे जीवो हला. अंक ईयर 15 वाज फॉलोड बाय अंक ईयर 17 लाइक दैट. 5 पर 7 15 पर 17 देन 25 पर 27 लाइक दैट. all years ending 0. So all years ending 6 were skipped, all years ending 0 were also skipped except for the year 10. हला. तो एई जदी दिटा फार्मूला तो मन रखियो, all the years ending 6 were skipped, all the years ending 0 were skipped except 10. आ जो स्टार्टिंग हेतला जदी सेटा 2 रो हेतला. सो एटा तुम देखियो 2 3 4 5 6 स्किप कइला 7 8 9 10 10 को रहल 10 टा रहइबो, बाकी किंतु सब 0 वाला पालेबो. 11 12 13 14 15 16 वाज गायब. 17 स्टार्ट हला पुनी 18 19 20 20 was not there because zero went each. 21 22 23 24 25 26 was not there. 27 28 29 30 was not there. 30 was not there. 31 32 33 34 35 36 was not there. Then 37. सो रेना अनुसार 30 हेला को 37 अनुसार एठी अंक अनुसार 37 तो सही है जदी ए सिस्टम को हम फॉलो करिया तो एक्चुअली जदी 1859 रे से तमर कोन इतला थ्रोन अडॉप्ट करथले गजपति दिव्य सिंह देव 3 तो एक्चुअली 1866 तंकर होची 7th रेन ईयर राइट 7th रेन ईयर होची बट अंक हिसाब से सेटा करते होची 9th so this is the no anko dharmikya that's why the name become no anko okay so I think you are clear now okay next तो हमें क्विकली भी डिस्कस करिया जो नौ अंक दुर्भिक्ष होइतला तार कारण कोन थला फैक्टर्स कोन थला देयर आर मेनी फैक्टर्स 10 to 11 factors are there we'll discuss one by one here first with the siege of rainfall the drought of 1865 drought हमें कोन जी कोन जतले वर्षा हुए नाही त कोन कोची drought right drought leads to famine हला जदी तमरा सुखा पड़ी जाउची drought माने सुखा जो वर्षा होनी so it will lead to famine in course of time if it is not managed properly right so hazard is there hazard is not properly managed then it becomes disaster so drought is like a hazard so if it is not managed properly it will become a disaster so that thing happened in 1865-66 the drought of 1865 served as the potential factor for the famine of 1866 in 1865 the monsoon began early so monsoon तमे जानथि हो जेंति कि जून फर्स्ट टू स्टार्ट हुए तमर केरला रीजन रो by 10th June it reaches 10 to 15 June it reaches Odisha so the monsoon began early monsoon तो जल्दी स्टार्ट हो गला but during October November there was no rainfall the lands became dry and the crops were totally destroyed coming under the scorching sun in that year about 1/3 of the total annual produce was reaped by the cultivators जो जति कि normally cultivate हुए 1865 रे केते हला 1/3 cultivation हला तो जो peasant माने जो चासी माने थिले they could not preserve food stuff in that year तो जदी बहुत कम प्रोडक्शन हला तो से माने तो तांको डेली यूज पाई लागि जीवो से माने आउ फ्यूचर पाई सेविंग करि पारिए नाही सेकंड इज अलार्मिंग शॉर्टेज ऑफ फूड ग्रेन्स तो फूड ग्रेन्स को बहुत शॉर्टेज होगला केमती बिकॉज़ ओडिसा रो सबले एक्सपोर्ट होतला so casual export of food grains was another reason for the outbreak of famine 1866 export of rice from Odisha was in a massive scale every year तो प्रति वर्ष massive scale export हुए ओडिसा रो on an average 20,000 tons of rice 20,000 tons of rice was exported annually from Odisha same time re during 1866 65 it used to happen 20,000 tons okay जदि तमे से टाइम रेवेन्यू रिकॉर्ड देखा जीवो during the last 6 years preceding 1860s it was seen that 20,000 tons of rice used to export annually 1865 रे it has increased 33,000 tons was exported हला एक तो प्रोडक्शन कम होई छी ऊपर से एक्सपोर्टेड बेसी हो गला एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ राइस were imported from Odisha by the wealthy तो ओडिसा रो इंपोर्ट कले के माने ओडिसा एक्सपोर्ट कला इंपोर्ट कला के तेलिंगा कमिटी ऑफ मद्रास गोटे वेल्दी कम्युनिटी थिला तेलिंगा तेलुगु रो बोते तेलिंगा आछि तेलिंगा कमिटी एग्जैक्टली प्रोनाउंसिएशन आई डोंट नो मद्रास प्रेसिडेंट से जवन रहउतले सतरे तो आंध्र प्रदेश मद्रास प्रेसिडेंट से रहउतला इवन साउदर्न ओडिशा आल्सो तो तेलिंगा कम्युनिटी और समथिंग कुमती लिखाई छेटी who sold the rice to a French company तो सेमन कोन कोले ओडिसा टू इंपोर्ट करी के फ्रेंच कंपनी गोटे थिला मेसर्स रॉबर्ट एंड चेरियल कंपनी तो ताकू माने कोन कोले बिकी देले तांको बहुत प्रॉफिट इनकम हला बट ओडिसा रो जोन थिला सरप्लस व्हाटएवर इज देयर इट वाज गॉन सो बाय दिस एक्सपोर्ट द एंटायर सरप्लस ऑफ द ईयर 1864 वाज एक्सटेंडेड तो 1864 जति थिला सरप्लस सोडा तो सरी गला एंड ऊपर से कोन हला 1865 रो कोन हला प्रोडक्शन बहुत कमी गला सो दिस वाज अ ह्यूज ब्लंडर नाउ द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट आल्सो डिड नॉट इंपोर्ट फूड ग्रेन तो जदी ओडिसा रे बे प्रोडक्शन कम होई छी तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रो दायित्व कोन से अन्य बाहरु इंपोर्ट करिवो बट सेटर कोन ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट कोन फॉलो करथले लेसेज फेयर पॉलिसी लेसेज फेयर माने कोन बेसिकली द मार्केट कंट्रोल्स द इकोनॉमी और यू कैन से राइट लेसेज फेयर ताऊ कहंती इन लैटिन माने इट इज कैपिटलिस्ट जो कैपिटलिस्ट मॉडल ऑफ इकोनॉमी जोडा फॉलो हुए कि गवर्नमेंट विल नॉट कंट्रोल मार्केट विल कंट्रोल मींस सेतर तांकर कोन थिला पॉलिसी कि आइडियोलॉजी if there is a demand supply will come automatically तो ओडिसा रे जदी डिमांड हो जी क्रिएट then supply will should come so that's why they didn't care about the you know the distress of the farmers or the people of Odisha the British government also did not import food grains in 1865 तो सही पई कोन हला धीरे धीरे तमरो स्टार्ट हे गला famine when the rain stopped suddenly third point is unpleasant economic condition of the people so setale economic condition was also very unpleasant 1857 तमर जानथिबो the first war of independence Indian independence you can say जो सिपोई म्यूटी was there then the administration went to the British Crown directly. But the almost the system was followed same, which was earlier there. The system, the revenue system, everything was same, only the namesake, only the administration changed, but everything was there set up. Agriculture was the chief occupation of the people in Odisha. तो तुम जानते हो जो सेटल रेवेन्यू सेटलमेंट होता परमानेंट सेटलमेंट सिस्टम, जमींदारी सिस्टम तमरो मेनली तमरो जो बेंगल वाला रीजन रे तमरो जमींदारी सिस्टम वाज देयर हला। परमानेंट सेटलमेंट सिस्टम जो लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस ताको ये करथले, ताको एस्टैब्लिश करथले, राइट? थर्ड लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस, राइट? और लॉर्ड वेल्सली, आई थिंक लॉर्ड वेल्सली, ओके, या लॉर्ड वेल्सली आई थिंक। सो द 30 इयर्स रेवेन्यू सेटलमेंट, 30 इयर्स रेवेन्यू सेटलमेंट जोड़ा थिला 1837 रो 1866 जा हिथिला, ओके। So the 30 years revenue settlement which had been introduced in Odisha by the East India Company introduced करथला permanent settlement system. So that was there from 1837 to 1866, right? So 1837 रो 1866 पर्यंत थिला। तो 1866 से कोन हेथांता, it was going to revise हला। तो apprehending the enhancement of revenue, the people considerably reduced the area under cultivation. तो तुम जति एरिया कल्टिवेशन करछो से अनुसार तमरा कोन हबो, तमरा फिक्स हबो रेवेन्यूटा, राइट? सो सेमान ओडिसा लोक कोन गले जानि सुनि एको कम कर दिले, तमरा जो जति कि सेमान एरिया रे कल्टिवेशन करथले दे रिड्यूस्ड इट, सो दैट तांको जो इनिशियली जतले हबो तमरा कोन कैलकुलेशन, सो दे विल सी दैट कम एरिया करछन इट विल हैपन। बट ब्रिटिश माने कम चलिथले, दे आल्सो न्यू दिस थिंग। सो दिस प्रिंसिपल adopted was with a view to show less position of land at the time of settlement, which will fix less revenue on a land holder, right? The British government had studied the mind of these people well, so it deliberately delayed the process of settlement. तो जोटा कि 1864 रहवा कथा से जमान कोन कोले जानि सुनि ताको डिले करिया लागले, and people from 1864 onwards they started cultivating less. आ ता पूर्व हम देखले कि 1864 जति सरप्लस थिला ऑलरेडी से माने कोन कर दिले, एक्सपोर्ट कर देथिले, प्लस 1865 रे कोन हे गला, ड्रॉट हे गला, रेनफॉल हैला नहीं। सो दिस थिंग्स वन बाय वन इज लाइक कोन ना बजे ऊपर नलिता बळे, वन बाय थिंग वन हैपनिंग which will lead to the final the दुर्भिक्ष, नॉन दुर्भिक्ष, like the people of Odisha did not get a hint of it. तो सेमान जो ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट कोन करथले जानि सुन डिले करथले, सेमान ओडिसा पे लोक तो जानि पाले नहीं। So with the decrease of cultivable land in from 1864, the reduction in production became inevitable. तुम जब like तुमरा कम जगह कल्टीवेशन करछो तो प्रोडक्शन कम होबो, कम हिजिवो। तो this led to the weak economic condition of the people of Odisha. So this is the very important point you should remember. So why people started cultivating less, okay? So because of this permanent settlement system, revenue settlement जो थिला permanent settlement system, right? So that was the main cause, right? So people started cultivating less, right? So that was there. Okay. Fourth, abolition of salt monopoly. Okay, abolition of salt monopoly. So the Zamindar system was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. Okay, it was not Wellesley, it was Lord Cornwallis. I just checked it from the internet. Okay. Now abolition of salt monopoly. Abolition of salt monopoly in 1863 by the British government brought untold misery to the people of coastal Odisha. It deprived 26,000 Malangis, salt manufacturers, of earning their livelihood. तो से टाइम रे जे माने सॉल्ट मैन्युफैक्चर करथले ओडिसा रे तांको पाउतला मलांगी, हला मलांगी और मालंगी, I don't know exactly. This is the term. Okay. So abolition of salt monopoly in 1863. तो ता पूर्व कोन होतला मलांगी माने कोन करथले सॉल्ट मैन्युफैक्चर करथले, किंतु 1863 कोन कला ओडिसा रे सॉल्ट मोनोपोली वाज abolition of salt monopoly in 1860 by the British government. तो ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट निजे मोनोपोली करे लागिला, आ जो एमाने रहउतले मलांगी माने जो मैन्युफैक्चर करथले तांको लाइवलीहुड वाज डिस्ट्रॉयड. सो मलांगी माने सॉल्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर्स यानी कि मेनली कोस्टल एरिया रे रहउतले. ओके, right? So the Marathas though extracted more revenue from the people of Odisha. Maratha mane before British, Marathas was there 1803 tamar second Anglo Maratha war, then 1818 I think the second sorry third Anglo Maratha war. So due course of time Odisha came under the rule of under the administration of British. तो मराठा माने although ସେମାନେ नौथले बहुत नौथले कोन तमरो टैक्स, but ସେମାନେ इंटरफेयर कर नौथले दिस मलांगी मान को इयर. Prior to British occupation of Odisha, the Malangi were trading with the salt and earning their livelihood. The Marathas, though extracted more revenue from the people of Odisha, never intervened in the business of the Malangis. But the British wanted salt monopoly for themselves. सी प्रीवियसली व्हाट यूज्ड टू हैपन जत्ते कि तमर मानले बेसिकली एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चेंज होतले भी बिफोर ब्रिटिश किए नुआ राजा आसुले हिंदू राजा हो मुस्लिम राजा हो एनीबडी यूज्ड टू कम दे डोंट यूज्ड टू इंटरफेयर इन द लाइक टू मच इन द रूरल एक्टिविटीज रूरल एरिया जो लोक माने रहउतले हला सेठी समान एते इंटरफेरेंस कोन नथले तांकर बिजनेस ऊपर तांकर बेसिकली एग्रीकल्चर ऊपर कि तमर जो लैंड ऊपर राइट तो बट ब्रिटिश कोन कले सब एवरीथिंग दे लाइक जति कि कॉमन प्रॉपर्टी रहउतला से कोन करले जमींदार मान को दे देले हला जोडे कि लोक मान से धीरे धीरे माने एमिते सिस्टम कर देले सो दे लाइक दे आर चोक्ड अप कंप्लीटली एक तो तांकर इंडस्ट्री खत्म हे गला तो बहुत एग्रीकल्चर ऊपर बहुत लोग डिपेंडेंट हो गले प्लस जति कि तमर जो कॉमन प्रॉपर्टी रहउतला जंगल हे गला कि किछि पड़िया ग्रेजिंग लैंड्स होतला सो दैट वाज आल्सो केम अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ जमींदार्स व्हिच यूज्ड टू बी कॉमन फॉर अदर्स प्रीवियसली सो दैट सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स हैपेंड एंड तापर भी तमरा बहुत रेवेन्यू भी बहुत लागुतला हला तमर सनसेट लॉ वाज देयर सो ऑल दिस वर आई हैड डिस्कस्ड इन आई थिंक इन लेक्चर्स प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स ओके यू कैन सी दैट सो एज नेसेसिटी कंपेल द ब्रिटिश तो इनिशियली तो मलंगी मान को जो तांकर थिला मोनोपोली इन द सॉल्ट मैन्युफैक्चर ब्रिटिश माने से माने सेटा घटे देले निज अंडर को नहीं गले दे स्टार्टेड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग देमसेल्व्स तो इनिशियली से मलंगी मान को हेल्प नथले बट व्हाट हैपेंड व्हेन फाइन क्वालिटी ऑफ लिवरपूल सॉल्ट तो लिवरपूल गोटे सिटी अच्छी इन यूके यूनाइटेड किंगडम तो जतल सेठू सॉल्ट आसे लागला सी सच ए ह्यूज कोस्ट लाइन इज देयर इन इंडिया 7500 किलोमीटर्स बट सॉल्ट से माने इंपोर्ट करले कोटू ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी फ्रॉम यूके टू सेल हियर और टैक्स लगा देले सॉल्ट ऊपर सो दैट्स व्हाई लाइक इन द सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट 1930 जो सॉल्ट सत्याग्रह जोड़ा को होची दांडी यात्रा हितला सो दैट्स व्हाई salt was a very basic necessity for people सेठी जे तुम टैक्स लगा देलो so it was like too much for the like common people right so enter the odisha market the facilitated sale तो जते फाइन क्वालिटी लिवरपूल सॉल्ट आसी गला ओडिशा मार्केट को सो सान ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी कोन कला अब्रप्टली अचानक से कोन कला स्टॉप कर देला मैन्युफैक्चर ऑफ सॉल्ट तो जोथे कोन अराउंड 26000 मलांगीज लॉस्ट देयर जॉब तो ऑलरेडी इनिशियल तो से निजे तांकर प्राइवेटली मैन्युफैक्चर करले तांको तमे वेज देलो हला तांको मैन्युफैक्चर तांकर जो मोनोपोली थिला ताको हटे की तमे ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी अंडर तो काम करलो फिर अचानक जते तमे लिवरपूल सॉल्ट आनलो तांको चाकरी भी हटे देलो सो व्हाट दे विल डू नाउ ओके सो द neither could not should not be neither could engage themselves in agriculture due to lack of rain तो से टाइम रे तो एक तो रेनफॉल वाज वेरी लेस तांकर एग्रीकल्चर सेतले एते करू नथले then rain was not there irrigation facility was not there then high taxation was also there तो से माने ना एग्रीकल्चर पॉसिबल ले बट ना तांको ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट किछि रिप्लेसमेंट जॉब देला nor the British government arranged any job for them this led to high misery fifth no attention for the improvement of agriculture in Odisha तो जनरली जे माने टैक्सेशन नियंती से माने जदि तांको परमानेंटली टैक्सेशन दरकार एवरी ईयर तांको टैक्सेशन दरकार देन दे शुड टेक मेजर्स फॉर व्हिच दैट इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी विल इंक्रीज एंड टैक्सेशन विल कम बट माने ओनली टैक्सेशन लॉग लागले किछि एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट मेनली सतले एग्रीकल्चर में आसला 90% ऑलमोस्ट 80 to 90% टैक्स इज टू कम फ्रॉम एग्रीकल्चर तुम जे एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट में किछि काम करबनी खाली टैक्सेशन बर्डन दई चलिबो then slowly it will decrease right so people will not able to improve their agriculture thing so East India Company did not pay any attention for the improvement of agriculture in Odisha after the occupation of the land they were only interested in the money okay the British government had not started irrigation facility in Odisha till 1866 jete porjont famine asnala jete porjont kichi irrigation facility they didn't do anything the farmers of the land had to depend completely on monsoon for cultivation only once a year monsoon so jedi monsoon was failed then it was gone surplus ही नथिला तो it was like disaster right in 1860s the rainfall ceased in September and by the end of October rice became limited and costly it not only increased the plight of the peasants but also of the zamindars हला तो zamindars काहे कि से माने भी चिंतित हो गले because zamindar चिना कलेक्ट कले peasant मान को they will give to the British जैसे मान नदले sunset law अनुसार कोन ता zamindar भी पड़े who thought it is difficult to pay revenue in time so on 26th October 1865 Musprat was the collector of Balasore से टाइम रे मेनली ब्रिटिश तमरा बेंगल तीनटा डिवीजन होतला बालेश्वर कटक पुरी बालेश्वर पुरी एंड योर कटक राइट सो Musprat the collector of Balasore forwarded petition of the local jamindars who had prayed for the postponement of revenue तो जो कलेक्टर थिला ताकू जमींदार माने कहले एंड ही फॉरवर्ड द पिटिशन ऑफ द लोकल जमींदार्स टू द तांकर कोन थिला तांकर प्रेयर or petition for the postponement of revenue due to the inability of the peasants to pay rent for the failure of crops. However, the British higher authority did not pay any attention to the reality. Okay. Now, then lack of communication. The lack of communication facility was another cause for the famine. There was no concrete road between Odisha and Kolkata. So time kacha road thila, proper road was not there. Neither railway was there. Railway just started before during this our what's name लॉर्ड जो 1857 पूर्व के थे before 1857 revolt who started railway? The name was Lord Dalhousie, right? Lord Dalhousie was there जे कि 1848 1856 टाइम रे थिले and he started the railway during 1853 54, right? So जोडा कि फर्स्ट रेलवे स्टार्टेड कोड हितला बॉम्बे रो थाने and also he started your telegraph, right? So but Odisha setelah kichi railway jaun notla properly. Okay, so there was no concrete road nor neither railway. Further, it was intersected by a number of unbridged rivers. Both rivers rotla means tomorrow jemti tomorrow Suvarna Rekha was there, even your Mahanadi was there, Brahmani, Brahmaputra, sorry, Brahmani, Baitarani, Brahmaputra is not there, sorry. So all these rivers which there atau jodi bridge rona ta proper communication hi paribo nahi. So it discouraged the traders of Odisha to have any trade link with Calcutta. At that time, Odisha was inaccessible during the rainy season. So Odisha was like during the monsoon, it was completely inaccessible. Not completely, like trade was not possible. Even if the government had desired to import food grains from Calcutta, although later on, Calcutta, monsoon started. So it had to fail miserably due to monsoon. Had there been a good communication facility between Odisha and Calcutta, the government would have easily brought food grains from Calcutta to meet the demand of the people of Odisha during the time of famine. Although this step was taken later on, some thing could have been like some people could have been saved, okay, if the communication was better. Okay. Now, no prompt action of government machineries. So no prompt action of government machineries. This was the main reason I feel which had created all these problems, like enhanced the problems, you can say. The prompt action of the government machineries was largely responsible. No prompt action, basically, no prompt action. Nothing was done initially. Large response to worsen the situation. In fact, like initially, like during when the COVID-19 started, one virus, let's say one virus or Chinese virus, why to say COVID-19? Okay, so when it was started, the one virus, if the lockdown was done properly in timely manner, then the disaster could have been saved. The pandemic could have been controlled. So, like in the first wave, India has imposed strict lockdown. So the first wave of COVID-19 was not very severe in India, but the second wave, it was very severe because of the lack of the government will. It was very much you can say the government's mismanagement because of large gatherings in election rallies and some spiritual events. So this has happened. See, from historical history, why should we are reading history? Basically, from history we can learn for future mistakes. Okay, like previously जो mistake हमें करी चेते थ्रू हमें सीखी परिया कि future जैसे सेमिति किसी ऐसे problems, how to solve these problems. Okay, so history is very much important. That's why everyone should that's why this was included in the general studies also, right? So now prompt action of the government machinery was largely responsible to worsen the situation. So I feel this is the most important reason for the non-Khatar. In fact, there was no link between the ruler and the people. The English officers had not visited remote villages. They used to stay in the cities, so they don't know what was the reality in the villages. And village people are not acquainted with the this British government. They used to like remain sustainable, self-sustainable. So they were ignorant about the condition of the people, and the British officers, they were not visiting the rural areas, so they were ignorant about the condition of the people. Had they visited the village regularly, they would have known about the sufferings of the people. Even T.E. Revensa, the then commissioner of Odisha, could not know about the raised condition of the people. So the commissioner of Odisha, जो कि थे T.E. Revensa, से इतने ध्यान देला नहीं situation को, okay, because of which this situation becomes out of hand. Artificially scarcity of food grains in the market, food hoarding. So Revensa कौन कहले कि initially जतले तांका बाको किछि complaints कला from the collectors, or you can say complaints means information that this thing is about to rise. ओके तो धीरे धीरे तुम सिचुएशन स्टार्ट होची तो तुम टेक सम स्टेप्स सीरियस स्टेप्स so Sevensa see like ideology was there, market economy, market will, when demand will increase so automatically the supply will come, but this that doesn't happen, that time didn't happen this thing. Okay, the British government could not control the artificial scarcity of food grain in the market when the rice merchants joined hands during the famine because government didn't interfere. So when the situation was such a worse time, so that's why the disaster management act was there, like epidemic act was there. So you can't just artificially increase the price by hoarding essential items. Essential Commodities Act was there. So during COVID-19 also, the government had imposed those things, Essential Commodities Act, right? Disaster Management Act. So you can't just artificially, hoard the essential like food grains or groceries, medicines, and so this can't be done. But that time the British didn't take any steps. The British government could not control the artificial scarcity of food grain in the market when the rice merchants joined hands during the famine and hoarded rice. So price of rice rose up higher and higher. The government would have regulated trade and commerce by taking those traders into task. तो गवर्नमेंट चाहते कौन कर पारथांता सी ट्रेड और कमर्स को रेगुलेट कर पारथांते जे माने होर्डिंग वगैरह करते तांको पनिशमेंट देकी एंड they could have taken control of the trade and commerce and by rationing the essential items like food and all, fixing a reasonable price of rice and other essential goods. But because they didn't interfere anything, the prices rose up higher and higher. So imagine, like, it's called like, what is it called? Hyperinflation, right? So if government will not interfere in these things, so it will happen. Like every year this happens in India also currently. The tomato price, the onion and the potato price, these are the most essential items in grocery, in vegetables. So if it will increase, then the government they come into action and they try to regulate the price. So the merchants by monopolizing the sale of rice at high price, which made the condition of the common people more miserable. So merchant mane monopolize kale, hoarding kale rice. So hoarding of the rice, mainly food hoarding. So this and the non-interference by the government. So they thought that market should regulate itself. So they didn't think about the pitiable condition of the people. So this was a mistake. Absence of media. So this was also there because at the time there was no proper media, print or electronic media to highlight the famine. So that's why during this, because of this thing, the first print media came, first Odia, you can say print media came during 1866, right? The first newspaper from Odia newspaper, you can say Utkala Deepika by Dr. Gauri Shankar Rai. So 4th August, I think it came, 4th August, yes, which is celebrated also as the Journalism Day of Odisha. Okay, so 4th August 1866, Prathama Odia newspaper, that is Utkala Deepika. Because lack of media was there, so government को जाना पड़नथला कि कोडी कोन होची, like the actual reality situation. So that's why media was considered the fourth pillar of the democracy, because media highlights the miseries or the reality of the people to the government. So it was like the intermediate between the government and the people. Okay, and it criticizes or criticizes the government for its non-action and all. So media is very much important. So at the time there was no proper media, print or electronic, to highlight the famine. So no local daily was being published which would have reflected the pitiable condition of the people for the notice of the government. Though G.N. Barlow, so Barlow was the collector of Puri. या पूर्व में देखले बालेश्वर के थिले, बालेश्वर थिले your what is his name, Musprat was there, Musprat. Okay, Musprat. Barlow जो थिले, G.N. Barlow, he was the collector of Puri. So G.N. Barlow highlighted the condition. Okay, and Ramko Chatterjee, the deputy clerk and some police officer, had drawn the attention of the government regarding the famine, and the collector of Baleswar had given hints, जो थिले कौन, Musprat, about the famine of the commission. These stray references were not listened, although they had highlighted the problems are being started to the commissioner of Odisha, that time T. Ravensa, but he didn't pay attention. Okay. Then lack of education was there. The lack of education on the part of the people of Odisha was largely lack of media, ho gaya, lack of communication, ho gaya, and lack of this thing. What is that? Media, then education finally. Lack of education on the part of people of Odisha was largely responsible for the inhabitability of the famine of 1866. This had made the people intellectually backward. Okay, intellectually they become backward, people of Odisha. So they couldn't understand the gravity of the situation. So they couldn't understand the gravity of situation, and the British are highly hypocritic. So for understanding them, you should know what is their thinking process and all. So further, they did not conceive in their mind the possible disadvantage which they were supposed to face in future. So lack of education and lack of intellectual people very much, worsened the situation. If there were some intellectual people at the time, had there been an enlightened mass in Odisha, so they would have definitely ventilated the grievances regarding the calamity before the government. So they should know, like, you should know how to, if there is some problem and the government is not coming to know, or the local authority is not highlighting, so then if there is an enlightened mass, so they know the process, where to highlight, how to highlight. Okay, so like recently there was some problem, like some people are throwing garbage in the BMC, under the BMC, Bhubaneswar Municipality Corporation. Some people are throwing garbage, although they are must be Bhubaneswar पढ़ा लिखा लोग तो ही थे, but they are not throwing it in the garbage bin and they are throwing it on the public road. So I just wrote a mail to the BMC and they took action. So similarly, if you are enlightened, you know where to highlight the grievance, how to write a application, and whom to give. All these things should be knowing, right? So that's why. So this thing, that because that time intellectual people are not there in Odisha, they couldn't highlight the problem. So the government received no complaint. Government ko hame to kiसी complaint nahi mili nahi. So how to take action? The government received no complaint from the people and could not apprehend any possible danger. Okay, so this was the thing, lack of education. Then finally, responsibility of T. Revensa, who was the commissioner of Odisha at that time. So finally, the Thomas Eric Revensa, or T. Revensa, full name was Thomas Eric Revensa, the then commissioner of Odisha, was largely responsible for the outbreak of the famine. See, he was such an irresponsible person, but because after that he just converted a school to college. So till today, the name was there, Revensa University, Revensa College. Although I am also Revensavian, I studied there. I'm proud to study in that college or university. But see, this is the irony. We could have renamed it later on after the independence, but no, we continued the legacy of the British, the colonial legacy. Okay, so the Thomas Eric Revensa, the then commissioner of Odisha, see, although later on he did good work, but initially he was responsible. Okay, the Thomas Eric Revensa, the then commissioner of Odisha, was largely responsible for the outbreak of the famine. As he was new to this land, he had no idea about the economic misery of the people. Further, he took the reference of his subordinate officers casually. जो reference देते like collector of Puri or collector of Baleshwar, they did reference those like this was the condition. Please take some action. But he took it casually and failed to realize the gravity of the situation. Had he taken it seriously and geared up the government machinery, Odisha would not have come under the grip of terrible famine. So these are the causes. Discussed 11 causes. So like if there is some question comes in the mains of OPSC or mainly OPSC exam will come, UPSC it will not come because they have not till now included this properly in the syllabus of national level or CBSE board, you can say, right? So I think Odisha government should do something, such a black सेठी कोन हितला तमर ब्रिटिश माने किसी जो सारे कोन रूम रे बंद कर दिले during Sirajuddaula, right? This before Battle of Plassey. So that was so much highlighted in the books, but these things are not highlighted, right? After 1857, this is such a great event in the history of Odisha or history of India, you can say. So, but this was not highlighted properly. The famine started in October 1865. So, if you say when the famine of non-Khudrabiki or famine of Odisha started, so it was started October 1865 with the acute shortage of food grains in the market of Odisha. Although Barlow, the collector of Puri, had informed T.E. Revensa, the commissioner of Odisha, regarding this alarm situation. So, but without taking any relief measure, T. Revensa Konkole rather informed the Bengal government about the sufficiency of food grains in Odisha at that time. So he didn't take it seriously, okay, itself, because he didn't know about the history, how people used to suffer. So he just took it casually. Okay, so अगर demand होगा तो supply आ जाएगा, कहीं ना कहीं से तो आ ही जाएगा. So this was such a miserable condition. Preliminary reports on the famine. The famine is considered to have started in October 1865. जैसे कि हमने डिस्कस किया, केतल स्टार्ट हैला October 1865 रो स्टार्ट हैला. आ सेतरे तमरो जो बार्लो थिले, Barlow was the collector of Puri. He informed about the regarding the starvation death at Parikuda and Maluda. So Parikuda Maluda, Katak, sorry, Puri area asula, Puri district under there. So said already starvation death start हैला. So he had informed about this thing to the commissioner of Odisha, that is T. Revensa. But he didn't make any action, didn't take any action. Barlow, the collector of Puri, had suggested to undertake So even he suggested ki we should do some public works like road construction or some bridge construction by paying wage in terms of food grains to laborers, because if you're giving cash, they can't eat cash, they have to, food grains should be there in the market. And because hoarding was there already, we have studied the hoarding of food grains, the prices are artificially increased. Okay, so if like the government could have undertake some public work and by paying wage in terms of food grains, so this was very useful. It was suggested by Barlow. The Bengal government sanctioned money for the construction of road but denied of paying the laborers in terms of food grain. किंतु बेंगल गवर्नमेंट कौन कला सी सैंक्शन कला पैसा फॉर द कंस्ट्रक्शन रोड, बट लेबर मान को फूड ग्रेन दवा पई से मना कर देला इन टर्म्स ऑफ माने वेज तांको एज ए लाइक फूड एज वेज दवा को मना कर देला. बट रेवेन्सा जो थिले सतर से चाहिले तक इंसिस्ट करि पारथांते, बट he just implemented that order. He didn't insist to the Bengal government about the reality or the real situation, because it took it casually. No food grains were imported from outside also. So at the early part of December 1865, Revensa suggested for the formation of relief committees and went on long tours to the tributary malls. Can you imagine such a blunder? See, if, like currently, like the pandemic is going on in second wave. So why Prime Minister Modi was so much criticized? Because although the situation was going on, increasing, the COVID cases were increasing, he kept on kept on, what we can say, the election rallies was he kept on doing the rallies, such huge gatherings. Although recently he postponed the visit to UK for the G7 meet, but like, can you imagine such a huge disaster is coming and he's just on a tour, long tour, tributary malls. Tributary malls means the time the princely states were there. So when Revensa returned from tour on 31st January, so almost 2 months tour he went in 1867. On the same day, he sent an urgent telegram to Calcutta. So when he came, he realized the situation and he sent a telegram to the Calcutta government to provide food grains instead of wages for the distressed people of Odisha. However, it was not listened by the Bengal authorities. Now, Sir, I have to pronounce this, Cecil Bedon's visit of Cuttack. Cecil Bedon was the Lieutenant Governor of Bengal at that time. So what he did, from 13th to 19th February, he came on an inquiry. So he visited Cuttack. So Sir, Cecil Bedon, neither he carefully visualized the situation, although he came on a visit. So neither he carefully visualized the situation, nor the government servants projected the true picture. The government servants जवन थिले सेमाने ताको true picture देखले नहीं out of fear, है ना. So the neither he carefully visualized the situations, निजे ही ना ठीक से देखिले, ना जो government officer माने ले सेमाने ना ठीक से देखेले, okay, out of fear, because some action could have been taken on them. In his speech, he advised the Rajas and the local Jamindars, जो local Jamindars Rajan को से advise करे to redress the grievance of the people by providing them relief. The condition worsened when by the end of March the jails were overcrowded. So people what did because हम खाया को मंडला से जाने सुने किसी crime कोटले, so that they will go to jail, and because jail रे के provide कोटले food, the government wished to provide food. The jails were overcrowded with criminals who had committed crimes simply to get food inside the jail. So can you imagine such a situation? So they are just going to jail to get food only. The gravity of the situation was fully realized by the commissioner himself when the hungry mob trampled him down at Balasore on his return journey from Moyurbhanj in March 1866. So when the Revensa commissioner of Odisha, Revensa, was returning from Moyurbhanj to Balasore, a hungry mob attacked him. So then he immediately wrote to the Board of Revenue, and his letter was uncared for. At last in May, see, initially Revensa did mistake, but later on he tried to rectify it. But that time the Board of Revenue, the Bengal government was not listening. At last in May, when Revensa insisted upon to provide ration to troops at Cuttack to feed the prisoners and hungry people, the board ordered for import of rice. So it was happened in May. Can you imagine? From October 1865, it has started, almost 6 months happened, passed. Then only that was happening. So then it was decided in May, but it was not coming immediately. When the government was planning to import rice and virtually sanctioned 25 lakh rupees for the same in the last week of June. So May decided but paisa sanction last week June, and monsoon had already been started. As June mid started monsoon. So that when communication was not there already, we had discussed. So it was practically impossible to import food due to lack of transport and communication. Okay. So ek to tomorrow jo thila action, the response was late, and although when the response was there, response was late, and that time already the monsoon had arrived, so that time import was impossible or import was very difficult. So even when rice reached Cuttack after August, तो मेरे decide कले जून रे monsoon आर्थला, finally August रे जासिक पहुंचुची. Can you imagine? Odisha was in the grip of devastating flood. So that time because of 1865 रे तुम्हार वर्षा ही नथला, एबे monsoon जगु अतिरिक्त monsoon हेगला, high monsoon, devastating flood in September. तो फ्लड जो भी ताको बांटिया डिफिकल्ट हेगला. In spite of the distribution of cooked food in 88 centers, in spite of the distribution of cooked food in 88 centers, the death toll was heavy due to epidemics like cholera, hoija jo कहंती. So can you imagine, गोटे पर गोटे तमरा विपद आसी चलचे. Initially drought was there, food was not available. Then when like the government decided to import food, that time what happened? This monsoon had arrived. Then after that what is happening? The flood had happened. Flood पर कौन हला? Cholera had happened. So like almost 4 to 5 disasters are coming one by one. No rain, no food, then monsoon when they try to import, then flood, then cholera. Oh my God, this is too much. The death toll was heavy due to epidemics like cholera. At last, these relief centers were also closed down. So although they started to distribute food, but also it was closed later on. The mortality was around 10 lakhs, already discussed. 10 lakh लोको almost मृत्युवरण करना, that too according to the record of the government. So can you imagine ताटू केते लोको अधिका हिथिबे, nearly 1/3 of the population of Odisha. Okay, Pyari Mohan Achari, who was a historian, and so he wrote a book that is Odisha ro Itihasa, जोटा कि 1879 रे publish हेतला. So he has given a clear picture of the pitiable condition of the famine of 1866. So he is saying that the towns were filled with the sorrowful shrieks of thousands of men, women, children who had been reduced to mere skeletons. Almost skeleton हेतला, जोटा तमे initially मु प्रथम जो page रे देखिछि skeleton like pictures. So these are the pictures taken that time, some images, some paintings. So people have become just skeletons. They used to, like, they were eating grasses, leaves to just survive, or the seeds of the imli seeds they were taking, right? So they become skeleton. The crematory grounds near the towns and villages were full of innumerable dead bodies, and upon them vultures and jackals feasted to their herds. So this was the in the book of Pyari Mohan Acharya, Odisha Itihas. So initiatives of the government machineries. The government जो late response नेला कौन नेला देखिए, although it was late, what they have taken the graveness of the situation, the government machineries were geared up to deal with the alarming situation from July to October. So 6 months पर ସେମାନେ action नौ चंती, जतरे पूरा disaster in a peak, or you can say like almost many people had died, like cats and rats. The public waste department, the PWD department thila, he adopted different steps in which grains were given as a wage. So like 6 मास पूर्व ही कहा चलछि, तांको सजेशन दिया होछि कि you please give grains or food as wage, not some money or some cash. But they are not listening. They listened after the disaster happened in July. The East India Irrigation Company also undertook food for work program. The irrigation projects start, they also did the food for work program. Okay, so actually after independence this thing was adopted, food for work program. The government created independence of India. The government created famine relief fund was also created. Several relief committees were created under direct supervision of special commissioner to look after the relief measures and sanitary conditions of the people because of this cholera and all. So relief सहित तुम्हारा sanitary condition को improve करा गला at Puri, Cuttack and Balasore districts. End of the famine. Further, the public donations are collected by the government from the Hata, that is marketplaces, zamindars, wealthy persons. Like currently, all the like people, they are collecting money for the healthcare and food of the people due to the COVID-19. So many people are trying to arrange donations, and they are providing meals, the langars to the people. They are providing free medicines, oxygen. So these things, like we are currently doing that time also, these things are happened. So that's why we have to always learn from history, how to take up measures and all. So public donations are collected by the government from Hata, zamindars and wealthy persons, distributed among the poor or destitute. Some relief in cash was granted to thatch houses. Thatch house means chala ghora and all, and for repairing the same, relief diagola. The orphan boys and girls were paid ₹3 each per month. So currently also the Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, they have taken some initiatives to provide like money to the orphan boys and girls for their education, 5,000 per month, like I think Madhya Pradesh government has taken some initiative like that. So that's why, see, that time also this thing happened. Orphan boys and girls were paid ₹3 each per month. So 3 टका लेखा मासको दिया जाउतला. So now they are currently it was 5,000. So for the marriage of each orphan girl, ₹20 were given. Okay, free medical service and medicine were provided to the people. Christian missionaries rendered habitual service to the poor and destitutes. The jamindars were granted a remission of revenues with the condition that in retrospect they would remit the revenue for the royat. Royat मतलब जे चाष करंती. तो जमींदार मान को किछि रेवेन्यू रेमिशन दिया गला जदि सेमाने कंडीशन दिया गला कि तुमे माने भी रेवेन्यू कम नब कोट रोज केमति न कि तुमे बेनिफिट रख दो हमको दबनी. So this was also there. By adopting such measures, the government became successful in meeting the famine-stricken people of Odisha, but it took 2 years. Okay, it was started October 1865. So by December 1867 only the famine was declared as over, and by that time 1/3 population was gone. By the time sufficient relief measures had been provided to the people of Odisha, the farmers had been supplied adequate seeds and food grains to zamindars. The government also supplied the same to them in cheap price, but all this happened too little, too late, too late, too little. Okay, so if the action was not taken in proper time, then like it has less value. Finally, report of the Inquiry Commission in December 1866 by the order of Sir Strafford Northcote. So that time Sir Strafford Northcote was the Secretary of State for India. So December 1866 se kon gote inquiry commission create kale hala to inquire of the causes joda ame already padi sarche right, circumstances and the extent of the famine. So it consists of 3 members. The chairman was the president was George Campbell. That's why it is called Campbell Commission, the first famine commission under the British government in India. So that's why it was in 1866, December 1866. Who has created this? By the order of Secretary of State of India, that is Strafford Northcote. Commission na kon thila Odisha Famine Commission or George Campbell Commission. Campbell Commission. तांको सहित आउ 2 जन मेंबर थे, Morton and Dampier. Don't have to remember. 6th April 1867, it gave the report. So as per the views of the members of this commission, besides inevitable circumstances like drought and other things, negligence of administrative authorities and errors of certain individual officers were responsible for such a catastrophe. You can say like the Commissioner of Odisha, the Lieutenant Governor of Bengal, and other officers. You can say the consequence of the Nonka famine were far-reaching as follows. It exposed the failure of the administrative machinery in Odisha to look after the people. Hello, you said that after the 1857 Good Governance Act 1858 came and said it is the Good Governance Act. So what good governance you are doing? It was a humiliation for the British government. Okay, so they had taken up the administration machinery, but just after few years, 5 to 6 years, this thing happened. The mortality was around 10 lakh. It is not 1 lakh, it is 10 lakh, nearly 1/3 of the population of the Odisha province. As for the calculation of the government, then imagine what will be the real calculation. Chaos and confusion, not chaos bolte na, kya bolte isko? Chaos and confusion prevailed everywhere in Odisha, and epidemics followed the famine. So as we have studied, epidemic came, cholera. So cholera was like huge. Cholera is a huge epidemic at that time. So if cholera used to come, the whole village used to be, get wiped off. So it was so huge at that time. Okay, so cholera is a great epidemic like we have currently. The COVID-19, Chinese pandemic, Chinese virus, one virus, made the life of people more miserable. Finally, what are the result? What are the blessings in disguise? Let's see. The famine of 1860 was a blessing in disguise. It is ushered a new era in the field of administration in Odisha. Okay, it started a new era in the field of administration. The authoritative attitude and carelessness of the government were relegated. It had taken the back seat. So the government was forced, because of their mismanagement, this thing happened. So they was forced to adopt sympathetic attitude and policies towards the people of Odisha. Okay. Based on the recommendations of the Famine Commission, that is the Campbell Commission, the government of India framed famine relief policies for the entire country. So there is a famine relief policy, like according to which if there is a famine, the revenue will be not taken, or it will be exempted. So these things have happened, but it was not followed till Gandhi came, right? So a hot debate took place on August 1867 in the House of Commons in England regarding the Odisha famine. And we discussed the Sir Strafford Northcote, who was the Secretary of State for India. He pacified the member by saying that The catastrophe must always remain a monument of our failure, a humiliation to the people of this country, to the government of this country, and to those of our Indian officials of whom we had been perhaps a little too proud. At the same time, we must hope that we might derive from it lessons which might be of real value to ourselves, and that of this deplorable evil good of no significant kind might ultimately arise. Okay. So what the benevolent measures of T. Revensa after the famine? After the famine, T. Revensa stimulated the government missionaries for the promotion of education in Odisha. So as like you can say, lack of communication and lack of education was a like one of the important causes for the famine. So he took some actions regarding this. He stimulated the government missionaries for the promotion of education in Odisha. He established a number of vernacular schools. He established a number of vernacular, matlab jo local language schools in the rural areas, and put emphasis on Odia. So he is also instrumental in like preserving the Odia language, as the Bengali people were trying to impose Bengali language in Odia people. So they tried. So for preserving the Odia language, Revensa also responsible. You can say as a what you can say repentance. He took some measures because of his failure in accessing the situation and response for the Noanka Durvikya. So he took some actions like this. So he converted the Cuttack Jilla schools into Revensa College. So the first college of Odisha, that is Revensa College, 1866. Okay. So I had the fortune, or you can say, to study in this old college, the oldest college of Odisha, in my +2. So the Cuttack Jilla school was converted to Revensa College. Okay, that was done by Revensa. So became instrumental for the establishment of a medical school and a training school in 1866 and 1869 respectively. So he has also established a medical school and a training school. Okay. At Cuttack, construction and improvement of embankment in Banki. So what the irrigation, because irrigation was not there, that is also one of the prominent cause for this thing, famine. So got the embankment project illa gotela Banki re out Aul re, one in Banki, one in Aul. Promotion of trade and commerce in Odisha and facilitate transport and communication. So we had like as we have studied, jatale tomorrow British government chahila ki want like they decided to import grains to Odisha, but this thing happened monsoon. So because of lack of transport and communication and railway line, so these things, because it aggravated the situation. So Revensa Contra, he tried to improve the transport and communication facilities. So he did some actions like railway lines passed from Bengal to distant south. So basically Calcutta to Madras region to connect kala via Odisha. So this thing happened. However, the famine of 86 proved to be a turning point in the history of modern Odisha. So I think this is it. So we have studied in great details about the causes and what actually happened in the famine, and what further what are the results, or what are the consequences after the famine of 1866, like the Campbell Commission and some actions by T. Revensa and other things. So I took reference from this website www.historyofodisha.in, and also there is a book by Harihar Panda. He was a historian. His book is History of Odisha by Kitab Mal. So you also can take reference from this, basically because sometimes we feel bored to study directly from the book, and these books are not so pictures. Well, pictures are not there, and very boring little bit to study. So that's why I made this lecture, although the compilation was there, like you can get it from book, but you can hear it in your free time when you will not feel like reading. It will be helpful for you. And so this is it. So please try to give your feedback in the comment section, so there will be interaction between you and me. Okay, so you can suggest anything, like it can be good or bad, because there is always room for improvement for me and for you guys, everyone, right? So please feel free to provide your feedback, and you can also join this Telegram group for notification of the videos. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna and Jai Jagannath.